Welcome everybody to another episode of What's the Buzz, a place and platform for all current, future, and forever Hornets. I'm your host, Jared Pittman, and I am welcomed by a special guest, someone who called Kalamazoo College home, left and ventured off as most of us do, and then came back to Kalamazoo College, our new Director of Admissions, Ms. Shannon Milan. Shannon, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. You have no idea.
I am excited to have you. And as we were talking, on the way up here and off camera, I think this is a perfect follow up to our introductory episode, just because one, it gives us an opportunity to introduce you to the Kalamazoo College community, the Kalamazoo College community at large, potential students, but also your story. It is tremendous, and it really kind of embodies the Kalamazoo College, more in the lifetime, K-plan, all of that good stuff. Yeah. So we're not gonna waste no time. We're gonna jump right in.
All right.
So just kind of talk to us about how you found yourself in a position to be a non-traditional student here at K.
Yeah, it's a great question. My path, like you said, was not a straight line. It definitely, had some bends and curves in it.
Yeah.
And I graduated high school and I did go to college for a little bit, and it was just not the right fit for me. And it wasn't the right time for me. And so I left and came back home and ended up becoming a stylist and starting my own business here in the community, which proudly has been open for about 20 years now.
Come on, no shameless plugs. Come on, go ahead and plug it. Yeah. Go ahead and plug it.
So very proud of that. And then about in 2000, so I opened my business in 2004, and then about 2013, I started kind of, having those thoughts of oh man, I kind of wish I would have went to college and finished and got my undergrad. But that's at that time I was 35, almost 36 years old. And I thought that ship has sailed. It's just not in the cards. And it was the encouragement of my friends and family and my husband who said, well, maybe you should just take some classes at KVCC and see. So I was I don't know, but I did. And I ended up going full time to KVCC and just seeing how it went. And I ended up meeting a professor there who I thoroughly enjoyed and loved all his classes. And he was the one who sat down with me one day and just said, so what are you thinking? What are your plans after this? And I said, well, I want to get my associate's degree, I think, and maybe venture on after that. I'm not sure. And he said, have you thought about Kalamazoo College? And my first reaction was, to be honest, I said, I'm too old. I'm too old. And he said, there's no age limit there. And he really encouraged me to at least come for a visit. And he said, just humor me. I think you are at a point in your life that I think Kalamazoo College could really be so beneficial for you, and I think you would really love it. So I went into the Office of Admission and sat down with Suzanne Lepley, who was at the time working with transfer students, and we met. She talked to me all about what K had to offer, gave me a tour. It was a Friday, I'll never forget it. She took me to community reflection, and I thought, well, maybe this could be a possibility for me. And so I applied, and I was like any other 18-year-old when I got the letter in the mail. I still have my photo with my acceptance letter next to me. And, but I will be honest, I still was very hesitant. Suzanne was very honest in our conversation of, it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. But again, it was the love of my friends and family and the support that, that they said, if the only reason you're hesitating is because you're scared, that's not the reason
not to. Enough.
Nope.
That's not enough to stop you.
Yep.
It's so much to unpack there. First thing I would say is one of my favorite quotes. I'm a big mantra guy, right?
Me too.
Coach Monty Williams, when he was coaching the Phoenix Suns, they were playing the Milwaukee Bucks in the finals. And they had just won, I think, game one. And he was talking to his team, and he said, gentlemen, everything that we want is on the other side of hard. And that has resonated with me since I heard that. And I'm glad you had that village and that community in your family and your friends who encouraged you, who poured into you, who ultimately pushed you to, and that professor to even ask you that question as far as what's next, or what do you see yourself doing? So what were you studying when you were at KVCC, and then what did you study when you came to K?
Yeah, great question. So I was taking a lot of communication classes at KVCC, and then when I came into K, I declared my major to be psychology. Okay. So I majored in psychology and just fell in love. And again, it was that love of the professors that I felt here and the support, and that is one thing too with my story that I really always want to speak to when people are like, well, what's K like? As this tight-knit community that I felt when I started day one, from faculty to staff to fellow students. They embraced me wholeheartedly, as well as, again, everyone on this campus did throughout my whole entire time here. And my journey just would not be the same without the love and the support that I had here from staff and faculty, as well as alum. So after I graduated from K, I went on to get my master's. And again, when I say that, it's still really surreal for me from somebody who did not think.
It's crazy how things just snowball for you, right?
Yeah,
I didn't. You made your mind up one day.
Yep.
And then you saw yourself on the other end like, wow, how did I get here?
How did I get here? How did I didn't think I would ever even get my undergrad, and now I have my master's. But again, it was the relationships I built with the faculty here, and then also the alum. So when I was doing my master's program in school psychology, I was looking for some opportunities for my internships in some public schools around this area. And it was an alum that I knew that someone had given me her name, and she was working and still is at Portage Public Schools. And I reached out to her, and she was so gracious and reached right back very quickly and organized an internship for me. That was an amazing experience.
K is just such a special place.
It really is.
And those 2 points that you just spoke to really show and display how special of a place K is, because small, tight-knit school, tight-knit community provides you with opportunities that you yourself may not even thought were possible.
Right.
And now look at you.
Yeah.
You know, after finishing and graduating with your master's, what was the next thing that happened after that? Yeah,
so after that, I ended up working in the Office of Admission.
One thing we can say about K, we take care of our own, don't we?
I wanted to come back. And so, so I was in the Office of Admission. I started out as a counselor and then ended up being an assistant director there. And then after that, I did leave and go and pursue being a school psychologist, actually in Portage Public Schools with the alum that helped me get my internship there.
All of this just came full circle for you.
It really did.
Yeah.
And so I was there, and then I saw this opportunity, and you know, like you said, K just kind of has a hold on my heart.
So from admissions counselor, so doing, you know, entry level things to going to the assistant director position, supervising individuals, then to come back. And you the honcho, you the one in charge, you know. So you were kind of saying it still feels a little surreal to be here in this capacity. We've already alluded to so much, and one thing about this show, the niche is why K. So I'm going to pose that question to you.
The community that it has. If you are looking for a place that will help you grow and wrap our arms around you, and that is for the whole 4 years you're here, but also well beyond after you graduate, Kalamazoo College is for you, and that is why I chose Kalamazoo College, and am so beyond grateful and happy that I did. And like we talked about earlier, it's not easy. So, you know, again, all transparency with there. It's very challenging, but in a good way. I mean, it will push you out of your comfort zone. And I also think that's where we grow, is when we're kind of pushed out of our comfort zone and to do the things, even if you're scared. I think that's also going to be my motto this upcoming cycle, is to do the things, even if you're a little scared or nervous. And that is the one thing too Kalamazoo College has taught me, is to put yourself out there and
because everything you want is on the other side of hard.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching and listening. That's The Buzz.